And joining me now, Peter Murphy from Home Encounter, USF grad, business grad as well, a new company in the real estate business. Boy, what a time to be jumping into the real estate business.
Yeah, the worst and the best.
Yeah, okay. What's going on, and how does this affect buyers? Because when you hear this word freeze, I mean, you're talking about people's livelihoods, where they're staying, whether they can move in-state, out-of-state. From your perception, it's about as bad as it can get, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not good at all. We have a couple of clients who are sitting at the closing table, literally, who had their contracts frozen by their lenders. They couldn't close because they couldn't get title insurance on their properties, and there go their dreams. Literally, everything's on suspension until they can figure out this mess for them.
Okay, and figuring out this mess has to do with some of the rumors and stuff that are floating around. I've talked to a lot of real estate people who say, hey, you know, we called these banks, I won't mention their names, and they just aren't returning our phone calls, or they lose paperwork. We send it to them 2 or 3 times, and that exacerbates the situation horribly.
Yeah, they're notoriously bad for having a process that anyone can understand. And we got to remember that these are the same lenders who established institutions and programs that allowed people to invest in properties that they couldn't afford. And now they can't even follow their own simple guidelines and get a foreclosure done properly. So really, we shouldn't expect anything but where we are right now, which is a mess.
But the question is how did the banks profit from this? Because, you know, if you're going to talk about fraud, and that's what the attorney generals are going to be investigating, there has to be some profit motive or some motive. Why would they do it this way? Wouldn't they want to look at the paperwork rather than having these robo-signings?
Well, no one's really questioning that these folks are delinquent. The borrowers are delinquent on their mortgages.
That's
so
true.
they kind of are assuming that, okay, we just need to get these foreclosures done and off our table. So they're there signing documents, you can imagine, all day, just getting hundreds of these past on their table just so they can get the homes foreclosed on. The profit motive is speed. Get them done as fast as you can, get them sold so we can recoup this bad debt off of our books.
So what do you tell real estate people who are looking for money for their people to buy and lend homes?
Well, it's tough. I mean, there's money out there. Everyone's saying they're willing to lend, but with the increased standards that certainly this Attorney's General Inquisition is going to bring to the table, and with the tighter credit, with higher unemployment rates and income stagnant, it's harder than ever for people to come up with money to buy this product.
So bottom line in the real estate market, do you think that we've hit the bottom, and will this help clear things out wherever this goes?
You know, any kind of freeze on prices and any kind of prohibition against selling this inventory may force prices to stabilize, because clearly that foreclosed inventory is not going to be selling.
Yeah.
People are going to be buying the more expensive homes at a higher rate. So that will provide a temporary relief. But you got to remember, as soon as this moratorium is lifted, even if it's a self-fulfilled moratorium, all these homes are going to come back on the market again. Prices are going to be pulled down again by this. And so as much as it makes me cringe, I don't think we're at the bottom yet, because this problem has to be fixed before we reach it.
Oh boy, it's the same way all over the country.
It
Peter,
is.
thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. The housing market hasn't been kind to the Bay Area. You probably know this. Prices have plummeted in this economy. According to Zillow.com, in Tampa, the average house sells for about $136,000. In St. Petersburg, houses are going for about $129,000. Newport Richey, homes pricing out at about $126,000, and in Lakeland, you can buy the average home for about $110,000 if you can get it closed on, if you can get money, and on and on. And those prices could drop even more if this foreclosure freeze continues long. That's the last thing the home buyers in the Bay Area need right now. And that's going to do it for today's In Depth. For more on this mortgage mess and this joint investigation, read more about it by going to BayNews9.com.